To be honest, this was the module that I was most excited to complete. Um, Project-based learning has long been, honestly, that is the sort of gateway to my educational philosophy. When I excelled as a learner was when I had the opportunity to create projects, or when I had the flexibility to go sort of beyond the curriculum and create something that expressed my learning in a way that I was passionate about, or a way where I that was interesting to me. Whether that was sort of chasing learning about a new subject, or learning a new skill, or applying knowledge that I picked up from a lesson and using a skill that I already had to express my learning. And I think reading about the high school in Texas that has used projects so successfully in their curriculum, even is something that is very exciting for me, because it shows the potential of implementing projects, not only that end of the year project that you give to your history class, but implementing projects on a regular basis. I actually saw, in my experience at JC Harmon, I saw my students come to life when they had the opportunity to create projects. I was amazed. We had a World War II project where they had to pick something from World War II or the Holocaust, and had to pick something from World War II or the Holocaust, and had to create a project over it. And there were three components: a digital component, an artifact that they had to create, which expressed, it was an artifact that was related to their subject, and then finally just a one-page plaque that they had to do. And gosh, watching the students' creativity, I saw students create comic lives, I saw students create videos, I saw students live tweeting. A student who learned about someone who was in a Jewish ghetto, and live tweeted her experiences. You documented her experiences that she had, and it was amazing to see these students. So many of these students, there were some students who were quiet the entire year that I couldn't really get a read on for the whole year, and I saw their passions come alive with this project. And I was under, I wanted to do, a lot more of those projects, but it was difficult. As a student teacher, it was a little difficult to come in. It's hard. It's difficult to come in, crusading, and kind of changing the game when you're kind of under the parameters of another person's classroom. But this experience has made me want to implement projects on a more regular basis. Um, and so I think one of the things I that I agreed with, looking. I really like the idea of how they used the sort of Hunger Games, and sort of built off of the Hunger Games in order to talk about World War II. I think that type of ingenuity is important in the classroom, but also, using things that are popular in popular culture is going to make it more likely for students to warm up to those types of projects. I personally, have experience through open world. That originally started as a high school project. The difficulty was that it felt like, had to work against the curriculum. I got challenged first day of senior year to create a legacy project. But the biggest challenge for me was that I had so many teachers who weren't supportive of it, who thought it was a distraction that got in the way of real learning. My goal as an instructor is to curricularize those types of opportunities, to let students come to life. I want to kind of flip social studies from being this sort of route memorization of different dates and facts, and make it an active exploration where students learn how to interact with the societies around them. And this module, was so exciting because it showed schools and examples of schools who are making that mission of mine into a reality. So I thank you for the opportunity, and I thank you for these resources.